because I think there's a lot of elements in this song that make me feel like, like slap, like boom, or like you're on the floor, like boom, or like big moments. Okay. Yeah. Right. Exactly. So I feel like really don't know complicated. Okay. I most probably have to say that to me a lot. I know that's a lot. Well, like, yeah. Like, you guys are so, like, I want to be perfect. But guess what? This is the first one. Right. Right. Yeah. We get to start somewhere. Yes. And this is when I absolutely love that song because I really feel like, especially with what you're trying to do, like, boots and I think it's really going to be heavy. Yeah. And it's not that power. Exactly. And I want that heavy metal. Like, I want as soon as it starts, that note is so eye catching. Yeah. That big like whale. Yeah. Oh my God. I want everybody to be like, well, okay, I need to pay attention. Oh, everybody is going to be like, well, I was thinking, I was brainstorming. I was like, okay, do I want to start grounded? That was my question. Start on the pole and like drop into the song. I was actually wondering that myself because I was like, there's so many opportunities for you. What have you thought of as far as like a thought process? So, I don't know. I feel like it could go so many different ways because it would be cool to be up on the pole and be like, "Wah!" Right, exactly. Or to do like, not to be performing here, but if that's the audience, like the big, the power pose kind of thing, on that big, dramatic. But then there's a little, she like rips it down, and then the beat drops, and it's after 6 seconds. So there's quite a while. So we have out some of the important like time things. Okay. And then the first line is when I walk the streets. And that's like, I feel like you should be walking like boom. Walking. Like should that be the first walk? Because it's a little presentational. It's like it is. I'm here. I feel like you could actually I feel like you could start it on the floor. Yeah. Or like kind of like, I don't know. I'll show you kind of what I see in my head, and then you show me what you see in your head, and then let's meld our ideas together. Yeah. Because what I see is like it could be either way. You could be standing or like on the ground, and you could either face or not face. But I think it would be cool to start facing backwards. I'm with and you. Like when she starts like that whole like wah, like it almost be cool to do some kind of like a back bend or like. Ooh. Are you back bendy? Can you be back bendy? I can do the back bend push from the ground. Okay. The fall over one, because that's my other question is like, I wonder, so like say you started. More strong and less flexy. Perfect. I am very much the same. Yeah. My back is not flexy. I love watching Selena because that girl is so flippin' back bendy. I love it. But I'm like so jelly. I'm like, I really. So I feel like when she starts screaming, like you could almost do like a like, or like I feel like it could be one of these like moments here. Oh, I like that. Yeah. Like almost like you're looking, or like you could do it both ways, right? And you could go this way, or I don't know. I just feel like it has to be a big something. It neither on the floor or on the, like some sort of floor work here. Yep. Yeah. But that I want you to be able to stand up, like, boom. Yeah. Because that first note is boom. Yes, because I want it to be like a dramatic get up. Yeah. I think that would be really cool. I agree. What is your heart telling? That's tracking with kind of what I was thinking about taking notes here. So when the beat drops, come to standing. Or I thought that the beginning could be a cool place because I can do the regular fish flop. Oh. This way. Yes. And I really like that one, but I want to be able to do the one where you come. It's like the reverse of it, where your feet come with your head. Back this way. So regular fish flop coming to the fish. Yes. That is no problem. That would be an easy one to do. That would be kind of blunt. That would be pretty cool. where you go backwards, like backwards roll it.
You know what I mean?
I do, it is something that you can actually, all it is it's really in the pike.
Yeah.
And it's like the pike and the leg.
Roll out of it and your feet come like back.
Yeah, it looks like it's actually a really simple movement, but it looks really more dramatic than it actually is.
And I've tried it a few times.
But it's kind of, yeah, it's literally in the pike. I always had a really hard time with that one because I'm not back bendy.
Right.
But if we could figure out how to nail that sucker, that'd be pretty awesome. Or a variation of something. Or I was thinking like here would even be cool, like if you were standing here and like I did, just because I did it in one of my routines, but it was pretty badass. Where I was like this, and then I came down, but I had the pole, so I could like slide.
Oh, okay.
So it made it a little easier to be back bendier.
Yes, you have that
because I had something to hang on to. So that was really nice. But I definitely think so. We have 6 seconds to work with in the beginning where she's screaming. What in the what?
Oh, okay, she's done.
I was like, well, what's happening?
Yeah, that's the bit.
Mm-hmm.
Pike, yeah,
Yep, it's the pike.
Piking up.
Mm-hmm.
You're right.
Yeah.
Shoulder rolls are solid for me. Pikes are pretty good.
It's really just literally putting them together to create that moment. So you're really like vertical.
Right.
And then you can do the rest. The rest just comes naturally.
Yeah.
It's just that first pike moment.
Okay.
Mhm.
That shape.
Mhm.
So that could be a fun place to begin.
Yeah. Or like we have a spot where you're starting and we maybe do that within the first 6 seconds to get you standing. Because I don't know, in my head I feel like it should be like this like sassy, like walk. I feel like I'm just like, I just want to be like,
yeah, you want to strut.
Yes, I want to strut. Yes. Every time I hear the song, I'm like, yes, I just want to freaking pound the crap out of somebody.
Strut. So there's the big yell. At 6 seconds, the beat drops. Da 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 dum, bum, bum, da 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 dum, bum, bum.
Mm-hmm.
Then into When I Walk the Streets.
Okay. So we have really a bit of time.
Yeah, about 13 seconds, which we could play with all on the floor, or
I mean, it's really your call. It's where you have to decide kind of how.
More powerful to come up sooner, I think, which is why I was thinking even start with a big pole move.
That would be great.
With a big show.
Yeah. I mean, you could be up high, and you could be like in a pole sit even, and like make it big, or
into a layback.
Something, where you could like make it into a moment of something. That would be really dope, actually, to do it that way. I love it when people start on a pole.
Right, I know.
Because it's so cool.
Because then, I was sketching out like broad strokes, so you know where my brain has been.
Mm-hmm. So
those was the beginning. So we got strut, power, whatever.
Yeah.
Satisfied is the first like I want a very like open legs, like hello.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Satisfied. I'm here to tell you, honey, I'm bad to the bone. That seems like that's a space for a pass. It's at 40 seconds.
Okay.
And I could be playing with the pole in here too.
Yeah.
That just sounded like
things,
that to me.
Mm-hmm.
Then this chorus I really want to play with and act it out. So this might be a good. Like this is play with the audience on the floor with the pole. Make it as dirty as I can get away with.
Yes.
Through those lines.
Okay.
And then it changes. I want to be yours. That's the first time she's mentioned. I want to be yours.
So that kind of changes.
That could potentially be a change.
Okay.
Yours and yours alone, because all she's hitting is like, look out for me, but also now I want to be yours.
I want to be yours, but I'm still a badass.
Right. Exactly. Then the music takes on a different quality, and I broke 1,000 hearts, so I thought that spinning might be good there. Mm-hmm. Then there's that clack, clack, which I'd like to do with the heels.
Yes.
Bad to the bone, that's the gunshot. And that seems like that could be the big shoulder mount kip.
That would be really bomb. Yeah, I like that.
So to hit that seems like a good kip. And then there's that other scream, another big power pass, and then this is just like the music kind of cool tricks on the way down if I have anything left.
Yeah, well, yeah. Because I want to make sure that we're planning the passes so you don't lose a lot of steam.
Right.
So like it should be, if the beginning is the easy pass, then that's, you know, you have because you wanted to do, how many passes do you think?
I haven't picked 3 or 4.
Okay. So the last pass, I want to make sure whatever we're doing, I just want to make sure we pick which one you want to be like, this is my badass moment. So you give it kind of your all, because you're going to really like, it becomes a little bit, but as you do it, it becomes a lot easier as well. The endurance will come. And plus you are in the gym a lot anyway, so I'm not worried about you with your endurance.
I mean, yeah, this is the moment for the biggest pass. We could probably, might as well just listen to the song. On repeat.
Yeah, put that bitch on repeat. What if you did like a holly drop? A holly drop? I'm sure you are, but we probably call it different things.
Yeah.
So if you were in that and you came up to the leg hang, and then basically you're just switching the direction, but you're still doing the same leg hang. It's like you're switching your body position.
Okay.
I'm just gonna have to show you. It's been a minute, but I'll show you. No, it's totally fine. No, I'll be okay. No worries. I feel like I'm just gonna need like a whole new body after this. So yeah, we're good.
I'm drilling my, I want to get my Phoenix in there. I've been practicing that. That's pretty solid.
Yes. I do like the idea of the beginning having that be like she's screaming and you're like, ah.
Upside down.
Yes. I think that would be really cool.
We saw a really cool drop sequence on Instagram. Oh, there's another move that I want to work in, and I wonder if we can work into drop.
Okay.
I'm going to teach it base work tonight.
Super.
Is this flip to a split?
Yes.
You can probably see me do that before this one.
Yeah. Yes.
Over here, but
it would be cool to drop into a split, and it can be fake. It doesn't have to be, You can always drop into a fake split anytime. I super dig those.
Yeah.
So Holly drop is just gonna be your, oh my God, I'm so sore, sorry. So you're here. Oh God, no, you're not there. I'm like, no, that wasn't it.
There's a lot to jump right into.
I was like, nope, that's not it.
So you can talk me through it from an outside leg hang.
Yeah, so if you get into your outside leg hang, and obviously you'll be aerial while doing said leg hang, right, here.
Yep.
Then you're basically just going to like, it's like you're switching your body position. This really isn't gonna move, but you're gonna switch so that instead of being here, you're gonna switch and be on the other side.
Okay. And then what?
So it just looks really cool.
Butterfly-ish?
Yeah, you could.
And then, and then come down? Like that?
Yeah. That wouldn't be too bad.
The drop bit?
Technically it's a drop because you're like with a leg, so it looks like it's an illusion move.
Okay.
Yeah, Emily does it and that's really fly. But I could see you doing that too.
PD, Holly, drop. That's a short one.
Yeah, it's not a very.
Don't talk.
Just do the thing. Stop talking.
Shut up. Oh, now you're here.
Yeah. And then you just switch the body position.
Oh,
And then this leg is going to go back. That's it. It's super simple.
Oh, so your body switches, but your
Yeah.
leg doesn't.
It's basically a different version of like, instead of doing leg switches, you're doing a body switch.
Body switch.
Mm-hmm.
That's fun.
But it looks more, because it's like I said, it's more of like an illusion type of move, but it looks like really dynamic.
Yeah.
So that is something I would consider challenging you with. But I think from a layback, I'm trying to think of what we can get into from a layback.
Here.
Yes.
And then release to this one?
Nope, your leg actually stays in the same position, which is crazy. It's just a body switch, but when you're here, it's like you're trying to bring the leg in. You have to leave it out. Yes. So get into it fully. And you're literally just kind of crunching into the top, like crunching your abs, and then you're just switching the body position. But the legs literally don't move.
Right. I'm just not knowing which way to go with my body.
Because you're already in your leg hang, so you're on this side, right? Upside down.
Yeah.
You're literally going like this.
Crunching up.
Yeah, so you're going to ab crunch up to switch the body position. And the leg should really, because it's a hip, you have to relax that hip to keep, because otherwise if you do this, you're coming down.
Right.
So you can't do that. So you got to keep the leg out. But I do think it's something that would be pretty decent for us to work on.
Yeah, no, I think that's cool.
So if you're going to start, so say we're starting this song and you're going to start up there, I would say to start, I would do it on a static, because obviously if you're starting the routine, you don't really want it, because you're not spinning. But you could start it on the spin pole. It's not specific to either one. So tell me. Yeah, it doesn't really matter either one. So you just have to decide which side of the stage you really want to start on.
So I'd probably start pretty high.
Yeah. So she's like, ah.
And then, let's see, no iguana from here.
How would you get out of your iguana from up there?
That's the problem.
Yeah, that's kind of what I
Get
thought.
out of it.
It's such an awkward move.
But I don't really want to sit all the way back up, because I feel like that just looks so lame out of the layback. What's another way to get out of it?
You could just do a nice little push here instead of coming all the way up, and you could switch that to a what is it, dragonfly? Is that what it's called? And you could just switch your position. So then here you could do that. Well, or you could just take this arm and just give yourself a little push, so you could go into something else. Like you could flip over and do a Superman from there. I mean, it'd be hard, but you could do it. Just think about bringing that bottom arm down to brace yourself, just to come up slightly, because you're going to have to come up. You can't just hang there and then turn it into something fantastic.
Right.
It would be really difficult. Unless you came down into like a shoulder dismount from there, which possibly could happen. I just don't mechanically know how.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking, yes, just become a pretzel for 5 seconds. Because you're hanging there. I think that would be scary to me. That sounds like a bad idea. I feel like I'm like, I feel like that sounds like a really bad idea. But I do like the idea of like you being up there, and then when she's like, ah, and then you just lean back while she's screaming. And you could even do something with your, are you gonna hair up, hair down? Like, what are you thinking for your hair?
I haven't thought. Probably down.
Because if you're this way, all you need to do is shake your head to give it that extra flair.
Vibrato.
Yeah, because everyone's gonna be looking at your hair and think you look nuts, right? Like, ah, like you're in a rock band.
Is there another?
You could even do that. Hey, I would.
Yeah. Is there another? Let's see. So.
Or I just think in any way, shape, or form, you're going to have to sit up in some way.
Yes.
Otherwise, how are you going to come out of that? There's really no drop from a layback unless you were the other way, like dropping forward. Yeah.
Right. Which I just don't want to. Just don't.
You telling me you're not a?
Superman.
I know I am not a fan either. So layback. The only thing I would think too is the same thing I told Sarah yesterday. You could go into Brass Monkey from there, really, if you wanted to stay upside down. I have to find this video that Abby did. It's a tutorial on how to get into the Brass Monkey from a layback.
Okay.
And I don't know if it's out in the world because I learned it from her in a class, but I could probably just call her and ask her to do it again.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I just was feeling that way today. Fuck it. But that would be kind of cool because that would also put you in a position to then flip over.
Somebody who's trying a layback to a Brass Monkey, I have no idea what's going to
Let's see what happens.
Layback.
Yes, see there's a little push and you bring the pole to the arm and there you are. And you could use that. You could almost walk over out of it. And then you've got to give yourself a little, you have to turn in and give yourself a little push. Mm-hmm.
And then you've got to.
Then you're going to bend the leg on the same arm that you're grabbing with.
In order to release.
And you don't have to do that, but like you could flip, you could go anywhere from there.
Right, yeah, getting into brass is much more doable.
I think that would be kind of cool too. So maybe something to consider in that first, because it's something that could transition you down the pole. Enough so that you could perhaps jump out of it or whatnot, because if you're going to have heels on as well, you have to consider how that's going to look. Yeah, because you don't want to like land and be like, I don't want you to do that. That's not fly.
I was looking at this one. So it's like genie, hook, then this pass.
Yep, I love that thing.
So that's kind of what I was envisioning. Maybe it's the wrong idea to start with a layback.
It could be. Maybe it's something different. Maybe it is like you can do that genie to the side and let go. So that could still also be a moment of like, you could make that work.
From genie.
Yeah.
Like that.
Instead of being all the way back, you could just kind of off to the side and maybe do a big.
Well, I haven't tried this pass yet. I was like, I'm not doing that without a spotter. Because that bit when she falls, this is fine, genie, all fine, hook around, reach, that.
It's like and that's, because that's kind of like a Fonzie injury, but.
I don't know.
Because she basically drops into a Brass Monkey right there.
Yeah, pretty much. I want to slow it all the way down, drops. And so she hooks. She hooks that leg. It's that bit. This is the scary bit.
That's the scary bit right there, yeah.
Okay.
So that takes a bit of faith.
Lands, drops, and
then over.
Switches momentum. So I mean, that could be just like copy that.
Which you can totally do. I mean, it's a really great combo for sure. And as you grow into the routine, it's going to grow with you, and you're going to give it your own
flair.
Yes.
Sure.
So don't think of when you're seeing stuff online like that. Yes, still do it but you're going to give it your own set of.
Sure. Yeah.
Liz flair.
Okay. So what should we look at? So we're trying to figure out the beginning.
So the beginning, I think, as long as we have that idea, if you really are considering starting on the pole, I think that's great. Okay. So if that's what you're seeing in your head, then that's what we should do.
It was a new idea. I had been seeing starting on the ground.
Okay.
So I had been seeing starting with like this kind of a thing, but then I wasn't sure where to go.
Here.
Like that big reach up, and then some kind of like cape drop.
Okay. Ooh, that could be.
And so then working in like a reason to have a cape.
I mean, I'm all about a cape. I love a cape.
Yeah.
Or if you are you thinking kind of like that thing I sent you, because I feel like you were looking at something that was more like had like a skirty kind of thing.
I do have that, yeah. I should have brought it.
Would that be something where you could actually like grab it and like, perhaps?
Yeah.
So if you started and you were like, I don't know, I just feel like it should be like like a moment, right?
Yeah,
like a old school, like, I don't know, it just gives me like the 80s vibe. Yeah.
This action?
Yes. Yes. Yes, I like that. I very much like that a lot better than trying to. I think this feels natural.
I think so too.
Okay.
Yeah. And that's just how I move when I move. It's a rough sketch. Nothing about that.
That's okay. And that's fine, because like I said, it's going to change and evolve.
Yeah.
So you're thinking of starting facing the audience or facing the back? Okay.
So I'm.
So I think if we did this, if you do this and she's saying, ah, you could just take this moment of using this as your focal point, having this hand up and just bringing this here.
Okay.
You know? Because it's like, you have that time, so you want something here.
Yeah,
Why not?
that would be very me.
Yes. I'm always up for a good ass slap.
Yeah.
I like those myself. Yes, it is. So if you start, I just think like this hand should just be up. I feel like it has to be something. And then I feel like this should just be like a wow.
Okay, I like that.
And then you could start.
With the hips you add.
Yeah. Mhm. Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm. And then we have that little bit of time before she starts saying the strutty words.
Yes.
So, and I liked what you did because you kind of do this little like here, and you could do like a something here. So it makes it look like here's my focal point. You're gonna look at everything I have going on right now, and it could even be like a step out here.
Yeah.
You know, and you could take it like a little step further here.
I feel like this is a story
Here.
This is an established character.
It basically like I feel like right here is where she's saying like I'm the biggest badass on the planet, and you're gonna just sit here and watch it and like it, and I'm gonna torture the shit out of you for about 2.5 minutes of your life until I change modes and I decide I love you.
Yes. So then, where could this badass end up?
So that depends on really what you want to start with first. Do you want to start with the spin pass first, or do you want to start on a static pass first? Because you kind of ended up over here with that and the slide.
Like, where does she go? Because I feel like that would inform where the moves go.
So she's walking the street.
Right. When I walk the streets, kings and queens step aside. Every man I meet may all stay satisfied and be a prostitute.
I mean, yes. Or a dominatrix of sorts.
Yeah.
I feel like the song gives me like a dominatrix like vibe.
Absolutely, I agree, and that's why I was also thinking I could have a whip too. That would be a good moment. Like if I have, if instead I started this crack, because no one would see this.
No one would see that.
It'd be in front of me, and then or crack out to the side after I crack a whip. But I have a friend who's in the Guinness World Book of Records for cracking a whip. So
Whoa, then you have a bird's eye view. You could learn. I don't know. I'm like, I don't know. So yeah, that could be an idea. What I would say is start with the actual like basics, add those elements, because I feel like if you put too much into it right up front, this is where the confusing thing happens, and you're like, oh, because you have so many ideas flowing.
Take to pick and settle.
And not even settle, just start. Take the complication out of it and just break it all down to simple.
Okay.
Add the complication as you are building it, because you're like, I want to tell all the story, which I love, but take away the complication and then start adding as you're building, because you have to get a groundwork first. Yep. Once you have that groundwork, you're golden. Okay. Then you can start playing with emotions and the extras and adding. I mean, I've added props in the day before.
Okay.
So don't get too caught up.
It can still come. It doesn't have to be set in stone right now.
Absolutely.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
Yeah, you can add props and things all the way. I think all the way up until like almost the day of. I don't think I have to look. I'll look in my book tonight. But I think the props and things have a little bit of a different deadline.
Okay.
So, but I do like that thought. I just think let's start simple.
Here, so center stage.
Yep.
between the poles.
Yeah. I think like a little here, boom.
Okay, so bring the arm up.
Yeah, and like you could still, yeah, here, boom, and around. And I think you could take it out here because I liked what you did with the here and then maybe around, and you can trace the body.
Yeah.
Because that's gonna give you a little extra, and you know, just using yourself, right?
Totally.
Here, and then I'm strutting. Because I feel like you're gonna end up like I feel like this song wants you to go there.
Take a little bit of time.
Yeah.
I agree.
Mhm.
Let's see what happens.
Yeah. Yes. And yes. Mhm. Yes. Or I agree. I like that because that's exactly what I see too. Is that there's a pass that starts right there, and I think there's some time. So I really like this whole like here and then stepping out here. Maybe just take the time with it right here. Take the slow, like the slow tempo.
Yeah.
And then utilize that here because I think this would be a really great place, especially since we're trying to establish. And then you're walking, so you're going to pick up the pace there.
Yes.
So I think here, I feel like just like a step out is needed, like a step out and up. And then I feel like you could do. I liked what you did here with that like body roll thing. That was really cool. Here, because I like. And even when we're here, so here, here, I definitely like the fact. I would like to have the motion come here and then go over.
Okay, I dig that.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, I guess it should be on thumb. And then turn?
Yeah, make it a moment. Don't try to do it all at one time because you want to give it that like boom, hit.
Right, like
this is yes. Here, so we're here, and 1, 2, boom, and turn, and then I think a step out. Like give it a little. Yes, trace it. I think I like that. Yes. And then you did something where you kind of brought this in. And then you did like
here.
Yes, I like that.
Like a body roll in place.
I think that's
Get
perfect.
Ready to step. Okay.
I love that. And then 1 and 2 hip roll, slide around and out. 2, you could come in here. Yes, nice and big. Ooh.
I don't know. I want some.
You want to click somehow.
Yeah.
Oh.
Or.
Oh my God. I feel like that sounds like a suicide trip. I've never. Although in my dreams, yeah.
So. 1 step.
2
step. Could sink. 3 in, low, here, then.
Oh, I don't know.
Could even go this.
Mm-hmm.
Get down. Up.
And you could do a little butt wiggle.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Play with that.
Butt wiggle. Because that could be your clack. You can do a push back from here. We could stand up.
What did you think of that transition into the fish flop, though?
it looks clunky, like, because it's awkward because you're on, it would be different if you didn't have shoes on.
That's true, I've been clunked down. That's true. So maybe we say, okay, we can save the fish spot for the make an old man blush and a young boy squeal. Because like
that could work.
Really...
And I definitely feel like it would be great to see you do that with the butt up and then do a little wiggle wiggle.
Yeah.
Because I love that. And it's super like crowd pleasing. Everyone's like, oh yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, I love that. And then we bring it down somehow to create that moment.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, I like where this is going. So here, up, and then think to give it time though. Don't be in such a hurry. Yes, that would work.
I don't keep like pushing the button.
I like these ideas. Oh, here, stop, sorry. We can switch places in T-minus like 28 minutes and you can be the teacher. All right, ready? Yeah. Okay, here we go. I like that. I like the moment of like, I like the invert moment.
It just felt shocking. It felt like unexpected. So
it was very unexpected because I was like, whoa.
I'm not sure that it's the right thing. So we go
here, boom,
turn
here. And make sure instead of just leaving the, like, start to incorporate your hands touching yourself here. And I want you to get used to doing that now versus trying to add that later. So and that's also going to require you to slow it down a little. So you're feeling it instead of just listening for the words. Yeah, it's okay. Everybody, it's a thing. So just make sure here, step out. But you're gonna, try to step a little bit kittywampus so that you have the, otherwise because it's, I think circle out and through. And you could actually add, I liked, because it's hard to like circle through. It's just easier just to bring it in here.
I actually just did it in a way.
Let me see.
I was here to here.
Yes.
And then to
here.
Yes. And then I circled.
Okay.
Then.
Yes. And then. Nice. Yes. That's great. Because then she's right there ready to talk.
Right.
Yes. I like that. When you come over to the pole, I like that whole like lean down thing. And then I feel like either you can go into the invert or you could stay behind the pole with that. And you could really do a nice like wide stance here. And I wonder if you could, so there's this thing that I've seen a lot where people like jump and then like, so they're out like this.
Oh, like sure.
A little clack. Yeah.
And I've done that in front of the pole as well as behind.
Because I think that could be like your clacky moment.
Right here. That kind of thing.
And like the nice like open.
Right.
But I did like it when you did it in front of the pole and then you also came down into the split. Because that was pretty fly.
Yeah.
Because it seems like a melty moment there.
Like a nasty kitty where my ass is.
Yes.
That could be fun.
I feel like that could be a thing.
So we go from here, and then I want to go when I walk the
Yes.
street. I think I should even circle.
I agree.
I'm showing my dominance. I'm taking everything. I don't go behind, I go in front.
Yeah, go in front and take your time with it. Yeah.
Kings and queens, circle.
You could bring it all the way around and go to the inside here.
Right. So round, hook.
And then do your, like, you can, I actually like this idea because now your butt's facing.
Right.
And you can do one of these.
Oh, I don't know. So hook here, circle through.
Yes. I think that would be really cool. And then from here, you could take this around into your pirouette.
Right.
Here.
Right. I think I want to do that in front.
Okay.
I really like the in front with the power spot. I think
Yeah.
it's just so
I love that.
much
Yeah.
more.
All the things. So maybe kick around and you could walk around or figure out a transition pirouette there.
Go the other way. No, that's the wrong way. Unless I went into something from here into.
Yeah, or you're here.
Oh, the TikTok.
Yeah, a little TikTok action to get you to the other side. There you go. And you're there. And then I like that slide down.
And then I can take the split.
Yeah. Absolutely.
But I almost wanted to come down on my knees.
Okay.
So I could nasty kitty forward.
That would also work. Okay.
So here, drop down, bend, and then
Down you go. Yeah. And then you could actually take that to a rollover, because we've only got, I don't know how much time we have in between before she starts the next, like where we're going to want to be over here, right? So are we going to do a spin pass, do you think, for when that first chorus is coming?
I definitely want the spin pass.
Your spin pass is going to be a bomb.
At 156.
Okay.
Definitely want one there. So I'd say we have time for, I mean, that's kind of only 3 passes, honestly.
Okay.
Is that great?
Yeah, that's very much enough.
Okay. So, I mean, just for being level 4 and being, if I am competing in championship when it's so technical, getting moves in matters, right?
It does. It does. And so also with that being said, it's more trick heavy than it is dance heavy.
Okay.
Unless you wanted to change it to do like the down to flow. That would be another like that's more artistic.
Right.
Right? So we have time to decide.
Okay.
But I think either or. But if you're going to do the championship, you're going to want to be more trick heavy.
Right.
So less storytelling, more trick heavy.
Right.
That makes sense.
Which is kind of what I've been planning for. So
okay.
maybe
then that's what we plan for. So if you're on the floor when you come out of your nasty kitty right there, we could have you roll over onto your back, same position, and then we could do some leggy stuff.
Yeah. Morgan had a really good one that I just put in. That was in my last choreography.
Okay. Yes, please. Thank you.
So we were down on the ground. Then I could roll.
Yes.
Wide.
Yep.
Together, open, out. Arch.
Yes, I like that. That's exactly kind of where my head was going.
And then you can, sweep it over and do whatever.
You could sweep it across and like almost where you end up more on the top of the shoulder, so you could actually spin yourself around as well, like on the back. So you could use that top leg as your momentum coming down, and then as you're coming out to come this way, you can use that top leg as your roll over. Oh my God, I'm so creaky today. Periods suck. Oh, it's fine. All right, so we're here, and then if you bring these out and you're gonna go this way, you're gonna probably wanna bend this leg anyways, so you could use this as a momentum if we wanted to like turn you around in some way. That way. But it depends on how you wanna come up.
I think we need to figure out where I'm going next, so we
Yes.
should probably run this with music and see where the timing is.
I agree. I agree. Concur. All right. Ready? Darn hair. I know, it's great. I was talking about your hair the other day because I was like, Liz's hair is so great. I was like, I aspire to have her curly hair. I'm working on it. I'm working on my curly hair game. All right, here we go. Ready? Okay. Beautiful. Yes. Yes. Yeah. Yes, that's perfect. Yes. To the push up. Yes. Or you could do the, I really like this moment when you get up. Like, this is one of my favorite ones. So we end up kind of coming here. This is like, I love this one, where you push up and then slide in. Yeah, I just don't have. It's like, you know how like when Morgan does this thing where where she stands up or like brings like the feet back or forth. I don't have shoes on, so it's harder to do, but I'll do it anyway because I don't need my feet.
I think I get what you mean to this.
So we're here,
yeah,
and then you're gonna drag the feet in.
Okay.
But it looks really cool because you're pushing your butt out.
Right. So here.
Yes.
Something
Something like that. I don't have shoes on. I will put shoes on. Are we wearing shoes in the next class?
She danced the choreo in socks. I think she usually leaves it.
Well, fantastic.
Personal choice. Probably for the beginning, it makes sense to just wear socks.
Okay.
So.
That works for me.
It's not hard. It's the hardest thing as an apprentice. So.
Oh, well, great. I'm glad I signed up for that.
At least in the beginning. I don't know what else happens in the rest of the song. I only know the minute and 13 seconds.
That you're supposed to teach today? So, I love that. Okay, hang on. I'm going to see if I can do this just with some socks on. It's probably going to be a lot easier for me to show you. So we're coming here. Say we're here. Here.
Okay. Yeah. So you push up to essentially a tabletop and then come back.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, it's kind of a cool thing this because you get that like push up with the butt and then you're sliding in. So if you were here, say you're on your knees, right? Here. You're gonna reach up, top hand high. You're gonna just push the legs out here, and then just slide them in.
Okay, so it's just
out and in.
Oh, okay, gotcha. I was trying to make it complicated.
Yeah. Because it's kind of cool because it's like this slide in, which looks pretty dope. All right, so I think let's try this.
On the floor. I don't know if I wanted to land on the floor quite yet.
Okay. So instead of doing the slide to the split,
right,
we could do something else there.
Yeah. So we have here, circle, snap, step, circle, turn,
and down. That looks really great, by the way. Yeah. And I like the walk.
3, 4,
one more step.
Need more steps.
Couple more steps, yeah.
So here, roll.
2, 3, 5. Take that step on the inside. Yeah, it's.
Right, because I need to end up on the other side.
Mm-hmm.
So roll up. Win 5, walk those 3, 4, 5.
6, and then down.
That needs to be on 6.
Yep. Butt, and up, and then.
I feel like a move on the pole could be fun. Just a single trick.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Into.
Could you take this and then come in, like instead of here, going this way, and then you could do your invert, so you're the back.
Oh, okay.
But instead of being flowy there, just make it intentional into one trick right there. Like what if you landed the invert so that the feet are coming this way, and that's where you end it. And oh my God, I can teach you the Abby transition. I just had an idea. It's the little things that happen. I'm like, oh, I can't wait. I'm like, oh, there's this thing. It's one of her like signature moves, and I have done it in almost every routine because I love it so much. All right, so here. Oh my God, why am I so stupid today? Here. And we're gonna come out here. Right. And then you walk out a little bit, but you can just lower yourself. Slide down nice and slow. Yeah. That's cool. And there's another step to it. So outside leg hang. I just have to play with. I feel like I'm so behind my own game. So when you leg hang, you're gonna come down into the handstand and switch it to an inside leg hang, walk yourself around, and then come down. Hang on, I'm gonna do it again. I'm like, that wasn't exactly what I wanted to do. Oh, I feel bad. Why? Well, it's fine. You're used to it. I've been doing this shit for almost 46 years. We're okay. It's fine. Couldn't be any worse. Socks. Get off me. All right, here we go. This is one of my, I love it when she does this too because it looks so fucking badass. But I don't know if you want to end up on the ground though. Weights up aside, and every man I meet, they all stay satisfied. I want to tell you, pretty baby, what I see, I make my own. I'm here to tell you, honey, that I'm bad to the bone. If it was like quick and easy to get down and back up, I don't mind getting down, but I don't want to do a sequence on the ground yet. Right. And I also agree because if it's going to be trick heavy championship, I want to keep the floory things to a minimum. Right. So let's figure out something else that we can do, and maybe this could be a quick type of pass. Yeah, a little one. Yeah. So if I'm here, hooked through. I still like the idea of either coming around and doing a clack of some kind right there because that fits. Mm-hmm. And then I think you could go into something from there or do a climb up into something. Turn. There's always this fella down, back up. I did this before. A little kip. Shrimp kip. Side. Or I just went into an Aisha. I mean, there's also that, which actually would be pretty cool right there, because you're also in the beginning of the routines, you have the mojo to do it. Right. So, I've never done one quite from this shape. So, but it seems could like we get you into swing this one back, and then up you go, and then stand on it. So I'd have to unhook. Oh, what if I hook this leg instead? And either way. Then I could be here. Mm-hmm. And then you're already there. Too high, but that would be cool. That would be cool. Mm-hmm. 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 So here, just trace the pole instead. Queen side. Yeah, there you go. Boom. And then flip, reach down, nice and low. And go over the way. So hook here. So yeah, we just have to make sure. Nope. It's also doing it in shoes. Then it can clap down. But do you want to do the Aisha facing the back or the front? I suppose they already did my back. Mm-hmm. So if you're on that side of the pole, you could still put in a pirouette right here and end up on this side to get your Aisha here on this side. Also brings direction to it, so you're using the side of the stage. To here. And then set yourself up right from there. Yes, down and up you go. Yes. Yep. I think that would be perfect. Because I would like to see everybody using the entire stage. So this way you're getting this spot over here, right? And then there's your, and do you do anything after the Aisha, or you just want to do the Aisha and come down?
I could go to brass, crucifix. I don't have a set, I don't have a ton of options out of Aisha, but I can do them. That's only because I don't know them. I can do them.
So we need to do a little bit of digging probably.
Okay.
On what we could do to get out of that or transition it into something.
I mean, I wanted to try to do an Iron X.
Dude, that would be fun.
And I don't know if I can do it with shoes on. I don't know what fully constitutes it. I've attempted it, but I've gotten close.
It's, yeah. Here. It's just that slow. Also, yeah, because the shoes make it a little more difficult because you're tall, and so it's almost like you'd need to be up one climb to make that dream happen.
And there's weight.
Yeah, and those are a little bit of weight on the feet.
Because that's so easy.
And then down you go. But the more you practice them with your heels on, it's going to become a little bit.
But did I just do something that was like it?
Yeah.
Iron X. What am I missing?
It's really a crunch, and it's taking your time. It's a lot of obliques to get into that Iron X and hold it, but it's because you're too low that you, like the bottom leg is going to come to the floor. So it's almost like, when you're upside down, you get upside down brain. But because you're sideways, your body's like, oh shoot, I'm going to hit the ground. So because we're low. So the Iron X is always really good to do like a half a climb up or coming out of something, so you have that height in order to feel safe knowing that you're not going to come crashing down because you have to do the thing. There is a girl, Little Snipper. She's really good at her Iron X's. She did them almost like through her entire pregnancies. But watching her do it, you can see her muscles working.
Yeah.
And
I know that it's a cordial release. I just don't know how far away I am from it right now.
I think you're there. I honestly think if you kept practicing that and then you add the shoes, it's going to come because that's weight.
Right.
And so it becomes a lot easier to do, obviously, without the shoe.
Right.
But when you're practicing and within, especially doing your Aishas up there, it's going to get easier.
Yeah.
So I think you're there already. It's literally just a matter of continuing to practice it. But you already have the mechanics to make that happen.
And would that be a way out? Just at that beginning bit?
Yep.
Just go ahead.
Because you can just come right out of that Iron X and off you go.
Even if I'm not that high off the ground? Okay.
Yeah, why not? Because it still looks cool because you're coming into your Aisha, and that movement in itself and the pose right there is such a cool pose. It literally almost just looks like you're coming out in an extension anyway.
Right.
And you're taking your time with it. You could take that to a stand. We could take it somehow and sweep the feet around.
Yeah.
Or, something like that so that we create. Yeah, I think from there, because you have the ability, because you're kind of like in a perfect place where you could sweep the feet in some way. Something. Or even come around the pole and end up on the knees in some way, there too.
Okay.
So it's something to consider on the exit, but the mechanics are there already. So don't
sketched out.
Yeah, don't get sketched out for sure. But yeah, I definitely think it's already in the works.
Okay.
So we really have quite a bit already.
Okay.
Do you want to try it that way? Just try it without the shoes on.
With the music?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
All right, ready? Okay, here we go. Yes. Yeah.
The music cuts.
Yep, the music is right there. It's like 38 seconds. So that's going to be, hang on, I want to listen. So I I would say when you're coming out of that Iron X, don't spend a lot of time doing extra shit here.
Okay.
I would say come out of the Iron X, land it, and then we've got to figure out how to get you over there.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Pass on spin.
Mm-hmm. I think that because you've already done this and the Aisha has already been completed, then I would like, I think, a strong spin. Yep. Okay. So I like where this is going because let's do it again, but just come down out of the Iron X and then let's figure out how to play with how to get you over here. Okay. And then we'll get to this. We don't have to do this today. I'm like, what are you thinking? But yes.
But then I've got something to think about.
Yes, you have something to think about because we've got this is already pretty much, this is done. So let's do this like 2 more times. So I want to make sure you have it. Okay, ready? Yeah. All right. Yes. And yes. Yes. Yep. Satisfied. Yes. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep. That worked out really well because you're in that Aisha right when she says that satisfied. I love that.
Okay.
That's perfect.
That was a good hit?
Yes, perfect hit.
I was worried I was a little late.
No, you were right on the money. And then she's like, I want to tell ya, I like when you straighten out the leg. And then take your, like, do that little, it's like an extension that's coming out of it. I like that. I want to tell you, pretty baby.
Because that's facing the audience again. That
yes. Yep. And I think coming out of it, and then we just need to do some kind of a, like, I don't even know, like a strut or a walk or a something, because you're already at almost a minute. So then we can get you ready to do the thing over here. Hang on, I'm just going to rewind this one more time. Whoops, shit. Not that one. Shit. Done fucked up the game. There we go. That wasn't the right thing. And I like this where you do the reach through because it's almost also perfect words.
Oh, really?
Yes. She's like, step aside, every man I meet. Aside. Yes. Every man that I meet, they all stay satisfied. Yes. Tell you, pretty baby. I'm bad to the bone. Boom, boom. Okay, that's 41 seconds. Yeah. So we have about 10 seconds in between coming down out of the Iron X through to getting you over here. So we have a bit of time. So that's going to be something we need to work on to try and figure out what the hell we're going to do there. Yeah. So this is great. I love this. Let's not change that. Okay. I'm happy with it for now until I do something better. Yes.
Okay. Get something down and then
you'll morph it into stuff as you work. Yes. But I like where this is right now, and I love the beginning, and I love this situation. I think this is great. And then as you're also getting out of that Iron X, it might morph into something there, right? Totally. And so then we've got to figure out some floor work, or not floor work, but like something to get you from A to B, which could also be a really good spot. I'm trying to think. What if you did have a cape?
Have 5 at home.
So here's my thought before we end. Because say you have the cape, you're here, you can like this with the cape, so you still get this.
Right.
And then you're stepping here and you're like, here's your legs. Yes.
I was feeling the parting of the curtain.
Here. Yeah, and then you're doing the here.
Circle. Right.
And I like how you're doing this. Because what I'm thinking is, because really as you're coming out, you could do the whole cape thing with Iron X and all the things. Right. But it would be a really cool place to play with it coming across here, taking it off. Yes.
That's fun.
Yeah. I think that would be, if you were considering it, that would be super dope because you have it on, you could play with it. We could do some sort of like.
Oh, use the prop to help with the transition.
Yes. So then it doesn't look like you're just walking over here.
I know, to get there.
But essentially that's what we need to do. So what if we had something that's going to help us make it look sexy while we walk, while walking?
I also had the idea a while ago of like pretending to trip and fall, but pulling.
Oh yeah, we talked about that.
I wonder if that could be a place for it.
That could be a place for it.
Like strut, stumble into a fish pond. I don't know.
Something like that. Come on in. Come in. Sorry.